Some 2 days ago, I made a video trying to explain as to why there is no reason to tense, despite some rumors circulating online that we have 24 banks that are about to collapse. And I explained where the information was coming from. And the conclusion of that video was that your bank is not collapsing tomorrow. And don't change your operations. And we have some developing news that confirms that your bank is not collapsing. So if you are not convinced by the earlier message, maybe now this will do. So I think 1 or 2 days ago, I'm reading a report that was released 2 days ago, and the report reads. The title of the report is that banks get 8 years to hit Kenya shillings 10 billion minimum capital. And we read, banks will have up to 8 years to raise the minimum statutory capital to at least Kenya shillings 10 billion if Parliament approves select committee's proposal to more than double the compliance period to help small lenders confirm without strain. The Parliamentary Committee on Finance and National Planning has agreed with Kenya Bankers Association, that is KBA, that requiring banks to increase the minimum or core capital from the current Kenya shillings 1 billion to Kenya shillings 10 billion within 3 years, as proposed in the business rules, that is the amendment bill, will put a strain on small banks and hurt their ability to lend. The proposal, if adopted in Parliament, will offer a reprieve to lenders that currently have core capital below Kenya shillings 10 billion. The bill had proposed that all lenders increase their minimum core capital to shillings 3 billion by end next year, take it to 6 billion in 2026, and hit shillings billion by December 2027. The committee said that while it is true that the core capital has remained unchanged for the past 12 years and needed to review to capture the growth in the sector, the proposed timeline for increasing the minimum core capital to enhance stability was too short. While it continues to read that extending this compliance period to 8 years would provide a more practical and manageable timeframe for banks to raise the required capital, allowing them to strategize and implement measures that ensure sustainable compliance without destabilizing their operations or the wider financial sector. Central Bank of Kenya data showed 24 out of the 38 banks had core capital below Kenya shillings 10 billion by end of December last year, with the figure being below Kenya shillings 3 billion for 12 of them. Now, as I had highlighted on the other video, the thing of raising the core capital will not be an overnight thing. Like banks hazitaambiwa zifunge operations kesho. The proposed time was 3 years, but now that has been increased to 8 years. So even if Parliament passes this law of increasing the core capital for the banks, your bank will have a period of 8 years to get to the required minimum core capital of 10 billion. And you see from the report, by end last year, we have 38 commercial banks in Kenya. I think around 14 of them already had a core capital of 10 billion. The minimum requirement is 1B, but we already have 14 banks with a core capital of more than 10 billion. And for the remaining 24, it is only 12 of them that their core capital is below 3 billion. So you see, banks have already made steps towards increasing their core capital even beyond the required minimum amount. So that should be a confirmation that unless your bank has other issues, the increase of the requirement to increase their core capital will not make your bank collapse. So they will have up to 8 years to increase the core capital. So don't feel like your bank is collapsing tomorrow and continue operating. We cannot go back to the days because some of those people who are campaigning for the thing of banks collapsing, a few weeks ago they were campaigning about how you go to your bank and you'll not be able to withdraw even 20,000. So they were saying that you should withdraw your money and have it in your house. I think we cannot start fighting battles that were being fought in the 90s, where banks were competing with the mattress. I think we are far beyond that point. So as much as people might try doing that, we can never get back there.